Hello everyone, this is Miss Chelsea, and today we will be learning about rational and irrational numbers. For today's learning objective, students will be able to classify numbers as rational or irrational based on their decimal expansions. Let's start off with a little bit of review of rational and irrational numbers. Remember, rational numbers can be written as ratios or fractions. These include terminating as well as repeating decimals. Irrational numbers, on the other hand, are infinite decimals that never repeat. Therefore, if we want to decide if an expression is rational or irrational, we can convert it to a decimal first. So, for example, let's look at square root of 50 minus 2. If you find the square root of 50 in your calculator, you'll see that it is 7.07 with a bunch of numbers after it that do not end or repeat. We can then subtract 2 and get 5.07 with a bunch of numbers that don't end or repeat. Therefore, this is an irrational number, just like square root of 50 is an irrational root. Now let's look at example 2. We want to know what the square root of 441 divided by 3 is. Well, the square root of 441 is 21, so when we divide this by 3, we get 7. This number is, of course, rational, just like square root of 441 and 3. Notice how the irrational root stayed irrational and the rational root stayed rational. Let's keep going with example 3, pi plus 1. Now, we know that pi is the irrational number 3.1415, so on and so forth. And then we add the rational number 1. The only digit that's going to change is the ones place, so it's 4.1415, so on and so forth. Therefore, just like pi is irrational, the answer is also irrational. Now let's try another one. 2 times square root of 3. Although 2 is rational, square root of 3 is the irrational number, which expands to 1.73 blah blah blah. So it is an irrational number. Multiply these and you'll get 3.46, so on and so forth. 2 times an infinite expansion is an infinite expansion. So this expression is irrational, just like square root of 3. Let's quickly summarize what we have learned so far. If you add, subtract, multiply, or divide an irrational number by a rational number, the resulting expression will be irrational. If you do the same to a rational number, you will get a rational expression. That's all for today, folks.